Hello everybody, this is Irish UFC Star here. I'm just going to give you a quick preview video of UFC 130, which is on later on tonight. It's on starting about main event is starting about 2 AM in Ireland, so that'll be GMT. I planned to get another video up in between my first one and this, but it just didn't happen, so here it is. I was going to do videos which really clean, like edit them and cut them and have them all perfect, but I decided against it. It was just too much work and I could not be arsed. So this might be a bit rough around the edges, might be a few awkward silences, but so we'll see how we get on. I'll jump right in here anyway. Light heavyweight bout between Quinton Rampage Jackson and Matt Hamill. Looking at Wikipedia here, so I am reading. I do know a lot about the UFC and MMA, but I don't know everything, so I'm going to be reading. People can criticise me if they want. I don't care. Anyway, looking at Wikipedia here, someone's already written in Rampage wins by TKO. I can't really see it going any other way. Matt Hamill's a good fighter. He's a nice little run going, but I just can't see him beating Rampage. He's not at that level. Rampage is just too strong. I think he's gonna, if he punches him once, it's over. That's all. That's what I see. Matt Hamill's maybe the only chance to take him down, but I'm sure Rampage is aware of this threat and is just training non-stop and takedowns, taking down the fences, and I can't see him able to get him down. It could be wrong, but I would definitely, if I was putting money on it, I'd be definitely going with Rampage in this one. As for after the fight, if Rampage wins, I don't think he's going to get the title shot straight away. So I don't know who he'll be fighting. I can't think who's injured now and who's not. Jones is fighting the winner of Rampage, and yes, well, that was annoying. That was my battery going, so I'm gonna have to do some editing after all, I guess. Yeah. So as I was saying, John Jones is going to be fighting the winner of Phil Davis or Rashad Evans. So that leaves a gap. So probably I'd say Rampage will probably get Machida. Or would they put him against him again? I don't know. I'd say that'd be the most likely matchup after if Rampage wins this. If Matt Hamill wins, I suppose it puts him right up there, but he's not getting a title shot. I wouldn't say. Maybe 2 or 3 fights before he gets one. That's the way I see it anyway. But still, I don't think you have to worry about that because Matt Hamill's not going to win. Anyway, next one, Frank Mir and Roy Nelson. This is interesting. It's probably, I can't imagine this going to the ground. I don't think either of them will just achieve anything by bringing it to the ground. Neither of them are going to submit. They're not going to submit the other. I know Roy Nelson and Frank Mir had a grappling match. I think it was 2001, 2003. I'm not sure. And I know Roy Nelson won that. That was a good nearly 10 years ago now. So maybe some things have changed. I don't know. I think Frank Mir may be past it. I know he has some impressive knockouts. Good, probably better striker than Roy Nelson, but I don't know. I saw him at the press conference, the pre-fight press conference, and the weigh-ins, and he just looked like he was tanned. He looked fake tan. I just thought he was more interested in his image and how he looked than the actual fight. Maybe I'm wrong. Obviously, he's been training for the last 8 weeks for the fight. I don't think his head's in it. I think Roy Nelson's kind of on a nice little run, and he's actually not run. I think he's lost his last one. He lost his last one to Junior Dos Santos, but obviously Junior's a good fighter. No shame in that, but I just feel that Roy Nelson is up there at the top, and Frank Mir I think is a bit overrated at the moment. Maybe he'll come back into it, but he's getting old. Yeah, and also Wikipedia has written in here, well, not Wikipedia, someone else has, Roy Nelson wins by knockout, which again is pretty accurate. I think knockout TKO. I think Roy Nelson has this one. And I'm trying to think now, with Brock injured, it's kind of hard to say. Brock's coming back. I don't know really who will be getting the next. Well, Brock is out. I am messing this up. Shane Carwin and Dos Santos are fighting next. I think they're getting a title shot, whoever wins the winner of that. So I suppose Roy Nelson would have to maybe fight the loser of the Carwin Dos Santos, which would work out nice date time wise, like. So That's the winner of that, maybe not Roy Nelson. So yeah, so I think the winner of the, or the loser, Jesus, of the Carwin Dos Santos fight will probably get the winner of the Frank Mir Roy Nelson. I think that makes sense. That's what I would be doing anyway. But yeah. So Stefan Struve, Travis Brown. Don't know a lot about Travis Brown. I know he's huge, just like Stefan Struve. Pretty impressive record, which I hadn't checked before. He's no losses, and 8 knockouts and 10 wins. Oh well, could be interesting. I don't know. I think Stefan Struve is just. I prefer him. I think he's. I prefer him. I prefer to watch him. I like to watch him, as I haven't seen Travis Brown before. Hopefully Struve wins that one. I can't be sure though. He's if you look at Stefan Struve's losses, they're all to well, if you go way down, they're not to great people. But his last two were Roy Nelson and Junior Dos Santos, which are top level heavyweights. So I don't think they're anything to really go by. He's 23, I think. He's 23, yeah, and he's recently come out and said that he's still putting on weight, still putting on muscle, and thinks that he can go up to 285, which is, well, you'd think this is true, because he is. What is it? It says here he's 6'7". But no, 6'11". Sorry about that. So he's 6'11". So I don't see why he couldn't go to 285. I'm gonna pick Struve for that one simply because I prefer him as a fighter. Yeah, it should bring him up a good bit. He's been, hopefully that'll bring him up near enough a title shot. Probably not though. Anyway, Thiago Alves, Rick Story is the next fight on the card, and let's just bring this up so I know what I'm talking about. Thiago Alves, last win was John Howard, unanimous decision. Yeah. That wasn't actually too long ago. That was, well, December. Jeez, that's like, I thought that was, yeah, that was December, so that was a while ago actually. Previous two losses were John Fitch and GSP, so nothing really to be ashamed of there. Rick Story, don't know a whole lot about him. He's been fighting the UFC a while, I didn't know that. I don't think he's not really fought anyone like Thiago Alves before. No, I can't see anyone, Jake Ellenberger, but not really same level. So yeah, I can only see Thiago Alves just absolutely destroying Rick Story. Thiago Alves is a great fighter. I think it won't be long again until he gets a title shot. Didn't do too well against GSP the last time, but yeah, hopefully I get back up there again. And I don't think he's gone up a weight, has he, or has he gone down a weight? Doesn't say. This is me failing. 1 second. I'm pretty sure this is welterweight. Welterweight. Yes, it is. It is welterweight. Yeah. So yeah, I think Thiago Alves has that pretty easy win. Probably, I'm going to say first round knockout. I don't like predictions saying when a fight's going to end, because it could go the whole way and Rick Story could beat him up the whole time. I don't know. I'll do one more. Brian Stan and George Santiago, yes, are fighting, and I'd say the UFC want Brian Stan to win this, because of he's the American hero. He's like a Marine or something like that, an ex-Marine. He's a great fighter though. I didn't think he'd beat Chris Lieben. I thought Chris Lieben would knock him out. I was wrong. His two losses in the UFC. Krzysztof Szuzinski, he lost that, and Phil Davis, and they were both at light heavyweight. Since he's dropped down, he's 2 straight wins and two finishes, so submission and a knockout. So any fighter would like to have that kind of nice, well-rounded record in new weight class. George Santiago, don't know a lot about him. I know that he is. He's won 11 fights, I think, since he's left the UFC, or something like that. UFC didn't do too well. He won 1 and then lost 2, but yeah, he's been stopping lots of people's submissions, TKOs, KOs. I still think Brian Stan's going to have this. It is his first fight back in the UFC, not his first ever fight, but I just think it's changed a lot since he's been in it. And I just think Brian Stan is going to just not. I'm going to say knock him out. I'm calling these all knockouts. This will be an amazing card if this happens the way I'd like it to. Hopefully it does. Yeah, I'm going to say Brian Stan. Yeah, so that's pretty much the main card. I'm not going to go through the preliminary card and the Facebook one. Same Miguel Torres, his last fight was against, I do not know the guy's name. I know it was a unanimous decision. It was, yes. I can't remember much about this fight. I think I remember him throwing some wild, crazy strikes and kicks and stuff, and you were just kind of thinking, oh, throw more than please, knock him out. He didn't, but I still think he was WEC champion, I think. He was, defended it. Yeah, he was for a while. He was defended it three times, and lost to Brian Bowles then. But I think he's going to be big. I think he's going to be big in the UFC, and I think he's going to start knocking people out, and spectacularly. I hope he's a real personality, and he'll be a great champion. And I really hope he wins that and wins it decisively, and not another unanimous decision. Also, Kendall Grove. I'm just going to talk about Kendall Grove for a bit. I really like him. He's not been doing too well lately, though. He's not been too consistent. He's got like 2 losses, 2 wins, loss, win, loss, win, loss. It's like he's trying to even out his like win-loss ratio. I think he's 12-8. Yes, 12-8, 12 wins, 8 losses. I don't know, his last loss was to Damian Maia by decision. I suppose that was can't remember that fight, but it was something, I suppose, not been submitted by Damian Maia. He's not been doing a whole lot of finishing though. He did submit Jake Roseholt, I can't pronounce his name. But that was in 2009. That's his last time he finished the fight. I can't. If he loses this, he's fighting Tim Bosch. If he loses this, I can't see him being kept on. I think this will be him dropped, and I know he was dropped before. I'm pretty sure he was dropped before. No, I was wrong. He wasn't. I think he was about to be dropped, and yeah, he won. I think he won, and they kept him on. But my phone is ringing. That's kind of irritating. I don't like not answering it. But yeah, so I think Kendall Grove. I don't know if he can win this fight. Tim Bosch is coming off a loss to Phil Davis. I think that is the Kimura. They call it the Magnificent Kimura. I think that was a one-handed Kimura. It was really impressive. But again, Phil Davis is a really good fighter. His before Phil Davis, Tim Bosch was on a 4-fight win streak. So I'd like Kendall to win this, but I don't think he is, and I think that will be probably the end of him in the UFC. That's what I think anyway, which is a pity because he's a character, he's a nice guy, and did he win? I think he won the Ultimate Fighter. I think he was an Ultimate Fighter winner. Finals submit. He defeated Ed Herman. Yes, he did. He won it. So I think I'm not sure about this. I'm not sure how many Ultimate Fighters winners are still in the competition, still fighting the UFC. But I can't think of any that have been dropped. Yeah, so that would be a pity. It would be sad, I think, to see him go. But yeah, there you have it. There are my predictions, and helped along a lot by Wikipedia and the UFC site. I hope it was informative and not too long, because I didn't want it to be long, because I know I may not be the most interesting guy, but hopefully it'll be informative anyway. And yes, I will leave it at that. I'll do another video after, hopefully get a few more views than my first one. I think it got 2 views, 1 in Poland, so thank you, and 1 in the States, which is great. Yeah, I was hoping for more, but what can you do? So I'll keep putting them up. Hopefully I'll get the format a bit better, get it down, not be making so many mistakes and stuff like that. So yeah, see you soon. Bye bye.